Yo, what is up, Loafers? This is Nanobread, and welcome back to another day of Stardew every day. I'm not even gonna bother checking the luck today. Pet the cat. So, since it's a rainy day, I'm just gonna go fishing. I'm basically just gonna see like what other fish I still need for the community center, and then I'll go fishing accordingly. As always, I'm gonna try to start these videos with how my day, at least like the day I'm recording these, how it's been. And today, in particular, has been a really fun day. It's been my first day off of work in a while. Like, I worked pretty consistently throughout the week. Like, at least it feels like I worked 7 days a week. I haven't actually, but if I look at my schedule, I think both this week and next week I'm scheduled 6 of the 7 days. So that's always fun to not really have like a full day off. But today was one of those days that I did get a full day off, and I decided to take my girlfriend and I to Universal Studios. If you guys remember in the last video, I was talking about what I wanted to do during the day off, and I was kind of weighing my options, and I really wanted to go to Universal, and luckily my girlfriend also wanted to go. I mean, it helped that I was paying for the ticket and she didn't have to. But it was really fun. We woke up at 5:30 to go. Now, I was a little hesitant when my girlfriend wanted to go like at opening, just cause you guys know me and my sleep schedule, kinda horrendous. But it actually turned out okay. The funny part was I actually got very minimal sleep in actuality. I think I didn't start like going to bed or like lying down, everything fully off and stuff until like 2 a.m. So at max I got like maybe 3-ish hours of sleep. But I like sprung out of bed so quickly, got ready, and then I was just kind of waiting until we were both done to go, and we ended up leaving at 6:30. So, you know, not too bad on time. Wow, that was a hard fish. But yeah, I'm just so surprised because anytime that I've gone to bed like recently, it's like I sleep 9+ hours. Sometimes it would literally be like 12 to 12 I would do or something, and that wouldn't be the greatest. I'm sure it has something to do with the motivation of going to Universal Studios too, but I don't know. I've had stuff in the past that I was looking forward to, but I still just like overslept more than I should have. So I'm hoping this is a step in the right direction. So at Universal, we did a few things. First, we actually made like a beeline for the Nintendo Land, just because ever since it came out, I've really been wanting to try the Toadstool Cafe, because I just think it's really cute that everything is Mario themed, but it's always super busy, and my girlfriend was really determined to go today, insisting that we just go straight there. I was kind of being a pessimist about it, because, I don't know, I think after all this time I kind of lost hope that we'd be able to get a reservation if we didn't get like the early bird tickets. But luckily we did, and fairly easily too. There wasn't that many people there at that time. Right after us was a lot, so we were lucky we got in when we did. But I guess that just goes to show you that you can't always be a pessimist about things, even though it turned out that way in the past. So we got in, and all the menu items, like I said, looked really cute. We ended up getting the Luigi burger, which was a pesto grilled chicken with some, I believe, like truffle seasoned fries with a pesto aioli. That was really good. Really filling meal though for I think like 8:30 was when our reservation was for. We also got mushroom garlic knots, which low-key, if that was just at like any restaurant and not necessarily like in a theme park, I would get that again. Like, it was probably one of the best garlic knots that I've had. Not in terms of flavor, but in terms of like the bread, it was really fluffy, really light. and it actually had flavor on its own, which is really surprising to me since not many places do that. I am a little sad that like it is in a theme park. That means I can't really get it regularly, but I don't know. I'm glad that I was able to try that one. We also got the Fire Tower Spaghetti and Meatballs, which was cute. It had the fire flower that turns Mario into a guy that can shoot fire from his hands. I still don't understand how the Mushroom Kingdom universe works, but I am so frustrated with that. I spent so long trying to fish that up. You guys literally saw that in the recording too. That shit is so embarrassing. Especially after the episode where I just said I had legendary fishing skills. Oh, and then back to the Toadstool Cafe. We also got a question mark block tiramisu. And if I had to rank things in order, it would be kind of tough to say just because I really enjoyed like many different parts of each dish. And I also have my fair amount of complaints at each dish too, but that's just because I like to complain about things. I would say overall, the thing I liked the most probably was the garlic knots. Overall, it was just the most solid, and I honestly really don't have any complaints about it besides I wish it just had a little bit more of the flavoring that it already had. Besides that, it's kind of a toss-up between the question mark block tiramisu and the Luigi burger. My problem with the Luigi burger was that the chicken itself was pretty dry and was also a relatively small piece compared to like the buns. So that was a little disappointing. And my problem with the tiramisu and with a lot of desserts is that there was too much whipped cream and cream in general. I know tiramisu is kind of just like basically half ladyfingers, half cream, but to me, I prefer like more ladyfinger than cream, so I had to knock it for that. But in last place, I would say it was pretty clearly the fire flower, meatball, and spaghetti. The spaghetti itself didn't really have much flavor. The meatball was alright. Again, not too much flavor in of itself. And then the fire flower cookie or biscuit that they gave, it just didn't really fit the vibe of the rest of the dish. And it was really kind of just there for decoration, which is a little disappointing that they couldn't incorporate it more. So that was easily last place. Everything else was pretty fun. We went on pretty much all the rides except Mummy, Jurassic Park, Kung Fu Panda, and the Pets ride. Those just had really long wait times. We waited. We also didn't go to Mario Kart. Ever since it opened, I still haven't been. But I'm not trying to wait at least 2 hours in line just to experience that. I can wait for it to tone down a little more before I get on it. Universal is pretty much like how I remember it. I mean, I went a couple months ago. It has been long enough where I don't remember when is the last time I went, but it hasn't been long enough where I forget like the experiences at Universal. But that's kind of the point that I want to be at. So everything was really fun, and we upgraded our tickets to be the California Neighbor Pass, and it was only $30 more from our tickets that we spent today. So if we literally just go one more time on a non-blackout day, then we already made our money back and some. So I'm not complaining too much about that. We didn't stay the whole time. I mean, I'm recording this video at 8:33. I think we left the park maybe at like 5:30 after getting there at 8. So, you know, we obviously could have spent a lot more time there, but the last thing that we went on was that studio tour, and for like the beginning portion of it, I was kind of knocked out for a bit, and for most of it, my girlfriend was knocked out. Not to expose her or anything, but she did start drooling on me on some of the rides, so sorry, but it was really fun. I feel like even though it was like a long day, especially of like waking up early, driving so much, walking around a lot, I feel like I am gonna feel more energized tomorrow. Like I'm just gonna be more, I guess, ready to go back to work. Alright, there is no topic again for this episode, which is fine. I mean, I appreciate everyone that commented on the New Year's video. I hope that all of you had a happy New Year's and that you guys, you know, had a great 2024 and you will have a great 2025 as well. So, I did have a topic and I kind of just finished talking about this with my girlfriend. I was watching an episode of Distractable. They were playing 20 questions and Bob had to guess chapstick. Wade was the one giving the clues, and Bob asked Wade, is this item a container? Now, when you think about chapstick, you do associate it with like a container, whether it's like the tube or it comes in like a tub, right? But, and some people in the comments of that video also agreed with me, was that chapstick itself is not the container, but it does come in a container. Now, Wade answered it, I think, pretty well. He says when he thinks of it, chapstick is not a container. But if you were to think about it as a container, it is a container that contains one thing, which I think is a pretty fair description of chapstick. Again, I wouldn't say that chapstick is a container. I would definitely say that it comes in one, though. And those were two very different questions, and Bob did get very heated by it, but I think he just didn't differentiate those questions. And I believe in that episode, he also gave like a soda argument, where if you spill soda on the ground or something, then it's no longer soda. But low-key, that's kind of wrong. You know, when you think about soda, again, you associate it with it coming in a can or a bottle, or if you're going to like a restaurant or fast food place, you associate it like in that fountain drink dispenser, right? That is a container. But then if you spill it on the ground, you're still gonna say like, oh, I just spilled some soda, because that's what you did. Soda is the liquid, you know? So you can kind of apply that same logic to the chapstick. Like, chapstick is the solution that you put on your lips, and it's not necessarily the container. I did wish that Bob like reacted to that, because I don't think that was ever clarified in the episode itself. But I don't know. I feel like after he hears that point, there's no way that he can still keep arguing that chapstick is a container, you know? But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. My girlfriend, when I was debating with her, I think we got a little confused and like had a little bit of miscommunication between us, but I thought initially she meant that chapstick was also the container, and like she agreed with Bob. So I wonder where you guys stand on that, especially after hearing my arguments. And if you guys have your own arguments, please feel free to chime in. I always like a good debate, especially when it's meaningless. I'll debate anything. Whew, man, what a long day of fishing. But I did catch everything I needed. I mean, specifically that red snapper. I think, like, besides when it rains in the summer, the only other time I can catch it is in winter. And I don't really want to wait until that long to complete that. But honestly, with the rate that I'm completing the community center right now, I might not be finished until next winter. I just really haven't been donating anything. I have all the stuff in my chest, or a lot of it. I just haven't really taken the time to organize it and throw it into the community center. Alright, and with that, we will come to the end of another video of Stardew Every Day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I wish you guys a good night, Loafers.